The word hit me like a slap across the face. Loud enough for the music to pause in my head, even if the speakers kept playing. Failed husband. Her mother didn't whisper it. She said it with a curled lip, loud enough for the people standing nearby to pretend they didn't hear. Eyes suddenly shifting toward the floor or their glasses instead of me. I stood beside the cake table, holding the lighter, frozen mid-motion as the candles on Emma's birthday cake flickered half-lit. The room smelled of vanilla frosting and expensive perfume. Laughter echoed, wine glasses chimed, but her mother's words hollowed out the entire evening. Emma's back was turned. She was laughing with her boss, Daniel Hart, the CEO she admired almost obsessively. I used to think it was professional admiration. Lately I wasn't so sure. Her mother's hand touched my sleeve, nails pressing just enough to sting. "You should have done more for her," she said, voice cold, deliberate. "Emotionally. Financially. A real husband provides. You're lacking." I swallowed hard. My voice when it came was quiet, strained. "I love your daughter. I've supported her through everything." She scoffed. "Love doesn't pay for her dreams." The lighter slipped in my fingers, clinking onto the plate beside the cake. Red flags dismissed. 3 months earlier, Emma started coming home later than usual, smelling of citrus cologne not mine, carrying stories about working closely with Daniel. She'd smile distractedly, tired yet oddly energized. I noticed the changed passwords on her phone, the locked laptop, the sudden new lingerie she said she bought, just to feel confident. She'd flinch when I walked into a room sometimes, closing tabs, adjusting her shirt. I rationalized everything. She's stressed. She needs space. I shouldn't be insecure. Because the alternative, the one clawing at the back of my mind, was a truth I wasn't ready to face. The birthday night. When she finally turned toward the cake, she flashed me a smile that once melted me. It still did, but now it carried something I couldn't name. Guilt? Pity? Distance? "Make a wish," I whispered as she leaned toward the candles. As everyone clapped, Daniel, too comfortable in our home, too handsy when he hugged her, raised his glass. "To Emma," he said, voice smooth as polished marble. "A star. A leader. And the most brilliant woman I know. Some people hold her back. But she rises anyway." The room's hum faded. My throat tightened. Was that a toast or a dagger? Emma didn't correct him. Didn't defend me. She laughed lightly, almost embarrassed, but not enough. Her mother smirked, sipping her wine. The unraveling. Later, in the kitchen, while guests mingled in the living room, I found Emma refilling her drink. She didn't notice me at first. Her shoulders were tense, her phone to her ear. "I can't talk now," she whispered urgently. "He's here." "Yes, I know. Tonight? If I can leave early." I stepped forward, voice trembling. "Who were you talking to?" She jumped, phone nearly slipping. "Just work." "Work doesn't call at 10:45 p.m. during your birthday." Her lips parted, a flash of irritation, then softness, fake softness. "Can we not do this tonight? Please. It's my birthday." She brushed past me. I stood alone, heart pounding in my ears. The breaking point. Midnight. Guests began leaving. Daniel was the last to stay, taking too long to say goodbye. My veins prickled watching him tuck a strand of hair behind Emma's ear. A gesture too intimate, too familiar. Her mother approached again, voice dripping with disdain. "You should let her go," she murmured. "She's destined for more than you can offer." The anger rose like fire under my skin. "You don't get to decide what I can offer." She leaned closer, each word slow, deliberate. "A woman outgrows a man who cannot evolve with her." Before I could respond, another voice cut in, sharp, controlled, authoritative. "Mrs. Keene." Daniel's voice came from behind us, but his tone was different, icy rather than charming. "I'd stop if I were you." Her mother blinked, surprised. "Daniel, dear, I'm only stating. You're jeopardizing your daughter's career," he said, eyes piercing her. "And yours." Silence rippled through the room like a sudden gust of wind. "Excuse me," she whispered, voice cracking. Daniel stepped forward. "The promotion Emma is being considered for requires discretion, class, and professionalism. Your interference tonight? Your public insults? HR would classify this as harassment toward an employee's spouse. It reflects poorly, very poorly on Emma." And since you report to me, it reflects poorly on you. A glass clinked in the distance. Someone inhaled sharply. Her face drained of color. Emma rushed forward. Daniel, stop. No, he said, cutting her off, gaze shifting to her now. Actually, there's something I need to address. Professionally and personally. My heart hammered. I sensed the ground shifting beneath us. He turned to me. You've been disrespected tonight, he said. By people who should have valued you. The room was still. Unease crawled up my spine because his compassion felt wrong. Calculated. Like a performance. Emma's eyes glistened, not with empathy but fear. Daniel continued, I care about Emma. Deeply. And she deserves honesty. So do you. His next words detonated the night. Emma and I have been involved. Time cracked. Sounds warped. The room spun. I stared at Emma. Tell me he's lying. Her lip trembled. She didn't speak. Tears rose, but they weren't the tears of innocence. They were the tears of someone caught. Guests shifted uncomfortably. Someone whispered, Oh God. Her mother gasped, fury and horror twisting her face. Emma, with your boss. Daniel corrected cold. Former boss. Effective immediately, both of you will need to face HR. There will be an investigation. Emma's knees buckled. Her mother steadied her, shock replacing arrogance. He added almost cruelly, This isn't love, Emma. You thought it was leverage. It wasn't. Then he left. Aftermath. When the door shut behind him, silence filled every crack of the house. Emma turned to me, voice a ragged whisper. I'm sorry. I shook my head. No. You're sorry you got caught. Tears streaked her makeup. I didn't, I was confused. I thought he believed in me. He believed in what you gave him. Her mother tried to interject, but I held up a hand. For months I blamed myself. Thought I wasn't enough. You let me drown in that. Emma sobbed, collapsing into a chair. You betrayed us, I said, voice quiet, hollow. Not just me. Yourself. I walked toward the door, grabbing my coat. At the doorway I paused. You know what hurts most? I said without turning. I was still willing to fight for us. Until tonight. Behind me, her mother cried, Emma cried, but none of it stopped me from leaving. As I stepped into the cold night air, the weight on my chest eased, not because the pain disappeared, but because the truth finally replaced the lie I'd been living in. Some betrayals don't just break relationships. They end illusions. And sometimes that's the only way forward.